Hey folks, Seducium here, playing some more Hearthstone, except I'm not going to play the arena. I'm going to go and play a little bit of standard ranked game play, and I'm going to try some new decks. I have this new Mage deck called Angry Lady, and also a new Warlock deck called Aggro Lock, but mostly I'm going to play Angry Lady because my daily quests call for Mage victories, and well, we'll see how it turns out. I've played a little bit of this deck. I kind of like it. It's a little up in the air, but it's a Mage aggro deck. Basically, the idea is to do as much damage to your opponent as possible and to kill him as quickly as possible. So we'll see how it turns out. I've been tweaking it. I don't have a Leroy Jenkins that I can throw in here, unfortunately, because Leroy is kind of a good finisher for pretty much every deck, and that's about it. So we'll see how it goes.
For Doomhammer.
You asked for it.
Alright, so we start off with Fireball, Cobalt, Geomancer, Arcane Intellect. I'm going to throw the Cobalt Geomancer out. I could get stuff earlier, so I'm throwing those two. Maybe I should have kept the Arcane Intellect, but stuff like Leopardome I prefer earlier on.
Hello.
It's a nice turn one move. And depending on the right circumstances, Water Elemental could be way more useful than Fireball. Earlier on in the game, at least. Fireball would be great to get around turn 6 or 7 where I can use it as a way to finish my opponent. Hopefully he doesn't have Lightning Strike. But I'm deciding whether or not I want to play the Sorcerer's Apprentice, because if he does have something like Lightning Strike, he'll just kill it. But let's do it. Let's try to do the damage. Lightning Strike, Lightning Bolt. Lightning Bolt can only take out one target at least, but Lightning Strike. Or he might just have Feral Spirit. Yep. Figured. Alright. That stinks. Stings quite a bit. I'm definitely saving the Frostbolt, the Ice Lands, in combination with the Cobalt Geomancer. That would be a nice finisher for this. So tempting to use Frostbolt on this so that I could keep doing damage with this. You know what? I will. Because right there, I got 3 damage, which would have been similar to what I would do with the Frostbolt if I was attacking him directly. And he's going to Rock Fighter Weapon and hit that for 3 more damage, so I'm happy with that trade-off. He obviously doesn't have a Lightning Bolt. He might still have a Lightning Strike in his hand, but that's fine. We'll play the Water Elemental and we'll keep up the pressure. We're playing Murray Chris. I think he forgot a few letters, but I don't blame him for it. And he's probably playing a Hex that I can't see for some reason. There it is. It's bound to happen. Alright, we'll play the Azure Drake. Get a card, and our turn. Ice Barrier. I put this in here just because I was getting rushed down by other people's rush decks way too quickly, so I put this in there to live a little. And he's doing a very good job in preventing me from having any cards. Or having many cards. Counterspell could be useful. Let's just take this turn to play these 2 secrets. And I wish this deck had more card draw. That's one of the complaints I have about this, is the lack of card draw that I have, that I run out of cards a bit too quickly, especially when my opponent can maintain the board like so. I'm hoping Ice Barrier buys me a couple of extra turns to get more cards, or the cards I'm gonna need for this. And okay, good. At least he can't buff up his totems. That'd be a little annoying. It's a 0 mana card, but at least it's gone. Alright, we'll play Wolf Rider. And we'll have to take that out. As much as I want to hit him directly, I think it's in my interest to kill the Flame Tongue Totem, so he can't keep doing damage to me with just regular totems. Ah. Alright. And I don't have a Polymorph, I do have a Fireball, but the idea is not to try to take out his creatures. The idea is going to be to take out what he has on the board. In fact, I will play Mana Worm, followed by Mirror Image, simply to buff up the Mana Worm, and to continue doing, hopefully, damage to my opponent. If I can get him down to 10, and get my Pyroblast, that I'm hoping to get eventually, that would be great.
Feel the power of the wind.
Oh, that's not good. There's the Fireball. The problem is I can do 6 damage to him, 7 damage, 8 damage, which gets him down to 6. And that's not enough, and he'll kill me basically in a turn or two. And I don't want to have to Fireball that thing. Let's take a turn of damage. 7, 14, 17, 19, 20, 22. He can almost kill me, basically. If he has Bloodlust, I am dead.
What to do? What to do?
Yeah, that's the problem. I have to. I think I have to do that. What I really like in this deck is Archmage, Leonidas, or whatever his name is. Yeah, there's the Bloodlust. Luckily, I'm not casting it on something that has Wind Fury. But it's not looking good. Especially now that he has got a taunt out. Although this deck doesn't depend on taunts. There's the Frostbolt, but the problem again is, even if I can Frostbolt him for 4 plus 5, that's 9, plus me is 10. I can hit him for 10 damage, I'm still dead next turn, basically.
I wonder.
So that happened.
This is a shitty Acro deck, basically. And if he pulls a Healing Totem, that's even worse. Yeah, the card draw is where this fails. No Healing Totem, please. Damn it. Because it's just going to heal the wolf at the end of the turn, and I'm almost dead. He's got his own finisher. Yep. I don't have a way to win this. So, we're going to do that and then concede.
You win this one.
Yeah, that's the problem. Now, I could throw a Gatchison Auctioneer in here. The idea of this deck is to win early and win quickly, but I'm thinking maybe if I put a Gatchison Auctioneer in here. Where's my Angry Lady? Maybe. Arcane Intellect, Counterspell, Ice Barrier, Wolf Rider, Fireball ×2, Ezra Drake ×2. I put a Flame Strike in there. But maybe if we take the Flame Strike out, we go to our Gatchison Auctioneer and we put 1 in there. Maybe I should put 2. I do have 2 loot hoarders in here for card draw. I just didn't get them. I kind of depend on the loot hoarders for card draw. I depend on those, Arcane Intellects, and Azure Drakes. And if I get them in the right order, it actually works out okay. But get them in the wrong order, and you see what happened last game, basically, where I just run out of cards too quickly. So let's try again, see how we do. The alternative play strategy that I could try, that I haven't really been trying, is being relatively aggressive but not so much so. Instead just focusing on card draw. And yeah, I'll take damage, but focus on card draw so I can draw the cards that I would need to just be able to destroy my opponent with spells.
You asked for it.
And then, of course, going first is actually worse for me. We'll keep 1 Knife Juggler. We'll get rid of 1. And that's not much better. So, Warlocks recently, a lot of them have been playing aggro Warlock decks where it's just a ton of small minions that they beat me down with, so a Knife Juggler could be very useful here. Same thing with the Water Elemental. It just can take a lot of punishment. Knife Juggler could actually pick off some small creatures. And of course I can't do anything the first turn. That's why going first is worse, because half the time you can't even do anything turn 1, while your opponent can. Yep, coin into a creature. Yeah, this is another Warlock aggro deck. It's fine. Alright, Knife Juggler, of course. Whether I want one or not. And I got rid of the Flame Strike, unfortunately, so I don't have any AoE. I don't know if I agree with that, what he just did there. I would have used Demon Fire on the Void Walker.
Put this apple on your head.
Well, we'll play another Knife Juggler here. And then maybe Water Elemental, I'm thinking.
I'll get right on it.
You're in trouble now.
There's the Fireball. Yeah. Water Elemental, let's see what it hits. Okay, and I still can't kill it though. So I'll leave it be. It could attack it down to a 3-1. Maybe I should have, and then tried to kill it with a Fireball the following turn. Tried to trade for multiple cards. Otherwise, he gets the better trade in that situation.
I will enjoy watching you die.
I am very tempted to just Fireball this thing, work on killing that thing. Otherwise, I mean, I'll never be able to do damage to him using at least any of the crap I have in my hands, so. And ideally, he'll be able to do more damage to himself, basically. Good, buff that up. Alright. Do that. Do this.
Mind if I roll me?
That won't kill me. Do that. It'll buff it up, but then I can trade the Loot Hoarder for it in the following turn. So this isn't the usual aggro Warlock deck, and he just lost 2 cards for that. Don't kill that. Really? There you go. You know, I hate to do it. Ah, this might be the better play. Perfect. Perfect timing. And if this still lives, next turn I can Arcane Intellect and Azure Drake. Okay, that's 2 random demons, which...
Why do you call?
It's another Void Walker, which will get buffed, and a Succubus, which makes him get rid of his Void Terror. Good. Let's see what... Okay, no, I should save Arcane Missiles. The reason why I should save that is because I'll forget about Arcane Intellect. I want to pick this off. So what I'm thinking of is I will trade this for that. I'll play this and hope Arcane Missiles hits his imp. Nice. I'll leave that alive and instead go for hitting my opponent. So that's fine. I'm not playing this deck the way I would normally play it, I guess. But I will, seeing how the situation is that I have lots of cards and he does not, and I have more health and more creatures on the board, I'm going to actually take out his stuff, whatever he summons, and do a little bit of control. Again, this deck is not supposed to be controlled, it's supposed to be just aggro, but you do what you can. Alright, he's down to 8, and I can kill him this turn. Between my Frostbolt and this little guy,
Well played.
I can kill my opponent. He was Tactical Goat. But in the end, how tactical is Goat anyways, right? I mean, so there's 1 victory there, 1 daily quest, and what are the other 2 that I have? I know they both involve mages. Okay, Major Hunter victory and 5 Major Shaman victories. Let's try that again. See if I can do better. So that wasn't the typical Warlock aggro deck that I've been seeing. The Warlock aggro deck that I've been seeing doesn't have creatures over 3, maybe 4 mana, and it's just a ton of them. And the idea is just to spam the board, fill it with as many small creatures as possible, keep drawing cards, and keep filling it with creatures, basically.
Jaina versus Anduin. The light shall bring victory.
Alright, Loot Hoarder is fantastic. Azure Drake, I might actually keep... No, you know what? I'm getting rid of Azure Drake, but I'm keeping Loot Hoarder and the other ones. Mirror Image is probably a better choice. I'm going to say Mirror Image. I don't need it, especially if I can get it Gadgets and Auctioneer or Knife Juggler or something.
Hello.
So, Priests. The deck is okay against Priests, but it's not great because I should save the coin in case I get a Mana Worm, but I'm not gonna. I'll play the Loot Hoarder. The problem with Priests is they can usually heal and they have a lot of taunts. So, plus their AoE, the Holy Nova is pretty bad for my board, and they cause me to run out of cards too quickly. Oh, good. This thing. I could work on killing it, but
Hey, give me that!
let's hope he doesn't have taunt like Argent Protector or Argent Defender or whatever.
Shields up!
Sun Fury Protector, that's the one. that I was hoping he didn't have. I might have to use a frostbolt on this. Yeah.
Hey, give me that!
I could have waited had I wanted to. And he's just going to probably heal back the damage that I did. I could have waited and just focused on drawing cards that I can play all at once, basically. I even have a little Elven Archer in here for kind of that potential. But I guess them's not the breaks. So let's see what we get. Arcane Missiles, Azure Drake. Well, seeing how I'm not going to be able to play this for a while, no, I'll save the Arcane Missiles. I'll take the damage. I could do Azure Drake, or I could do Cobalt Geomancer, Arcane Missiles, Elven Archer. He's got his own Azure Drake. Wonderful. Just wonderful. 1, 2. That might clear some of what he has.
This apple on your head.
Of course, I'm setting myself up for a Holy Nova. Wrong one. Again, wrong one. If he Holy Novas, at least, no, he'll heal. So I'm just perfect setup for a Holy Nova, unfortunately. Yep. Damn it. Yeah, priests are most annoying to fight, especially with this deck. You have 1 mana, pick something. There you go. He's gonna slowly and painfully rush me down. You know what? Let's do this. Let's keep my Azure Drake alive for a little while. Wolf Rider I could use to kill his Azure Drake, or Wolf Rider Elven Archer. Wolf Rider hero ability. Of course. At least he used up both Holy Novas, but still. Things aren't looking good. Alright, we'll do Counterspell because I'm getting sick of all these Holy Novas and stuff.
Taste my steel.
I need to stay alive for a little while longer at least. So we'll take that thing out, his Azure Drake, but it's not looking good.
I roll knee.
Not when he has this many cards and this much of a health advantage. And I guess he was just seeing if that was a mirror entity, and it is not. It is a counterspell. Would have been nice to prevent some Holy Novas, but it didn't happen. Alright, we'll play my own Azure Drake here. Followed by, I would love to do Knife Juggler Mirror Image, and I guess I will.
Put this apple on your head.
And he's probably at 9 cards, yeah, of course. funny thing is he hasn't really outdrawn me by that much. It's just he doesn't need that many cards to clear my board and control the board, basically, and I'm having trouble. I'm struggling here.
My shield for Argus.
Of course, why not? Buff them up. This takes so long with his turns. Oh my god, go. There you go. No. None of that.
Quickly.
Fireball, again, would be nice if I could just fireball him. Maybe I will. Do I have enough? I think I do. Let's see what this hits. Not what I wanted it to hit. Another fireball. Good. So I'm thinking fireball this guy, use this to kill that, use this to kill that. Everything's slightly alive and he doesn't have any more Holy Novas. So... plus, it buffs up my mana worm nicely. Alright, well that dies, but... the Drake lives, and the mana worm lives, and unfortunately he's got 8 cards. Even if I could do 7, 4, and 5 damage, so that's 11 plus 5 is 16. 16 is 20, 23. I can do 23 damage next turn if I'm unmolested or uninterrupted. I don't know if that's going to happen. I actually want Ragnaros to hit me. No, I don't. Well, it's not the worst thing in the world. I guess we'll keep up the charade. And I could waste all my cards by frostbolting him, but I think that would be stupid because it won't kill him. And there's no point. So I'd rather keep them, and maybe I can keep on doing 4 damage at a time.
I got the best deals anywhere.
Of course, he's gonna get his own card draw now.
My shield for
Nope.
Argus.
It's just gonna do that. Okay. Alright, that's fine. The nice thing about this setup is now he shouldn't be able to mind control anything. Well, maybe he can. He can mind control. He can't, yeah, I don't know. He can't Shadow Word Death or Pain on this. He can Shadow Word Pain on that. He can Shadow Word Pain on that. He can mind control if he wants to. Sorcerer's Apprentice isn't necessarily going to help me.
Someday I'll be just like you.
I could freeze that for a turn. And buy myself 1 turn. Or I could save it and hope I get an... I won't have another Frostbolt, but I can get another Frost Elemental and hope I can rush him down. I think it'd be more prudent just to freeze it for a turn, so that he doesn't kill my creatures. And I probably should have done that first before doing that. Playing or attacking, I would have been able to do 1 more damage. What do you have? Holy Fire, of course. That's the other thing I hate that priests can do.
Pay attention, class.
And yeah, he did that in the wrong order, thankfully. This isn't going to help me much. 4, 4, and 3, and 4. I can do 12 damage. Not quite enough to kill him.
I got the best deals anywhere.
We'll keep up the pressure as best as we can, but I don't think this is
Well
going to end well for me.
Well played.
God, priests are annoying. Yep, there's the other Holy Fire.
I am ready to learn.
Plus, he could have killed me with what he had on the board, so it didn't matter. Yeah, this deck, I don't know. I'm going to do one more game, but this deck is lacking something. It's hard to tell what that something is, but it's definitely lacking something. Maybe it's lacking a Ragnaros. That would be nice if I had one. I have Ysera, but I don't think Ysera, first of all, at 9 mana, it's way too much. And second of all, it gets polymorphed or hexed or just killed way too quickly, assassinated way too quickly. For my likings.
Jaina versus Rexa.
Playing Jack the Hunter. Alright, Jack. At least I go second, that's nice. This is nice. We will get rid of the Fireball for now. And Cobalt Geomancer Arcane Missiles combo is really good. So, excellent. Mirror Image is also good. Knife Juggler, Mirror Image combo, Cobalt Geomancer Arcane Missiles combo. All good stuff. But we'll start off with the Loot Hoarder, because that's the one I care less about. If he dies, it doesn't combo as well with other stuff that I have, and that's pretty much it. So, let's do Cobalt Geomancer Arcane Missiles, I think. And hopefully, 1, 2, 3, perfect.
Hey, give me that!
I was hoping 3 out of 4 missiles with it hit the bear, and they actually did for once. So, it's a rare day that RNG doesn't screw me over, but it actually happened. I was expecting a multi-shot or an explosive trap, and it's still very possible that that will happen. He might be saving it until I have more creatures on the board, which I will oblige him. This guy doesn't die to explosive traps, so
Hey, give me that!
so it's good enough. I also don't want to put out too many creatures because he can do a crazy he can do some crazy Unleash the Hounds combos, so we don't want to have too much stuff out here.
Hey, give me that!
Anything interesting? Azure Drake? Not really. I will put this out there. Just for some quick damage. Next turn I could Azure Drake, or I could keep my hand, basically, and just keep on doing damage while I can. Wasn't a counterspell, was it? Yeah, Ice Barrier. Good. I wonder if it gets triggered if he uses his hero ability. I think it does. So yeah, I fully expect... Not that... Wow. I was gonna say I fully expect Unleash the Hounds. I guess the secret doesn't get triggered with hero ability. It only gets triggered if he... I'll put this out there. If he attacks me directly. Alright, so I've got 8 damage with the Azure Drake out there in the form of 2 Frostbolts. That's pretty good. You think you're safe. I actually might have lethal, I think, this turn. Also depending on what else I get. Okay, 4, 7, and 8. And hero ability. So 4 and 4 is 8, plus 8 is 16. I have lethal.
Taste my steel.
Well played.
And that's how the deck is supposed to be played when it's played right. And that's how I would like to have the deck played all the time. Unfortunately, it's hit or miss. And classes that can heal themselves, I have especially hard times with. I have hard times with warriors, paladins, and priests because they can just heal back a lot of the damage I can do. And if they can survive long enough, I run out of cards. So unfortunately, that's the situation. But anyways, I got another daily quest in there, and all's well. So folks, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please leave a like, hit subscribe if you haven't subscribed to my channel already. And as always, my name is Leducium. I appreciate you guys watching and tuning in, and I hope to see you guys next time. Later.